James Coleman here with BridgewaterEagles.com, and I'm here with head men's basketball coach Shawn Postiglione. So, Coach, with you being a new coach here at Bridgewater College, and still getting acclimated with not only the campus but getting acclimated with your players, what are kind of your expectations for your younger freshmen and incoming transfers, and also for your returner players who you inherited from the last coaching staff? Are they different expectations, or are there one general expectation for everybody?
Yeah, I think when we took over the program, and to now that we're about halfway, a little bit past the halfway mark of the season, there's no returning players, old players, new players. We have one team. We have 14 guys, one guy out hurt, so we have 15 guys on the roster right now, and we expect the same thing of all those guys. The standards, the expectations we have are the same. That's why we've told some of the freshmen, you're not freshmen anymore. You got 15 college games under your belt. We need to start looking for some guys to take some big steps here this last month and a half of the regular season, and hopefully, again, every day we go into it trying to get better every day. And so for all the guys on our team, we expect them to bring the same level, a very high level of effort, enthusiasm, and just passion for the game and desire to get better, so that we can keep improving and keep making strides here as we head down the home stretch.
So, one of the point of emphasis that I have when I go through a season for myself and for my teammates when I played was goal setting. I had long-term goals, short-term goals, and I based it off and I made sure they were all realistic. So how do you goal set for your team, and with such a young team? Do you focus on this year and the troubles you all are having this year, or do you focus more long-term when it comes to goal setting? So say we may have not have gotten it today in practice, but if they get it by the end of the season?
I think it's both. I think every day, I think the long-term goals tend to take care of themselves when you do what you need to do every single day. So from a short-term perspective, every day we're trying to get better. Every day we need to get out of our comfort zone more and more, and we need to take improvements on an individual level and as a team level. And so we try to do that as coaches in practice by really, having a high-intensity practice, very competitive practices where, there's a lot of transitioning, a lot of offensive, defensive skill development, and we put them in situations we think we're going to find ourselves, in a game. And then hopefully you do that and you bring your max effort every single day and getting that out of the guys, and then coupled with the game, reps and the things we're learning from playing in games, hopefully that allows you to kind of get to the point where now you're playing at a higher and higher level as you go through the season. But we have a vision, we have values and things that we hold true to every single day. So I think your short-term and your long-term goals are really one and the same things, because you get to your long-term goals by doing what you need to do every single day. And so this week, like I said, we have two tough matchups, with Virginia Weston on the road Wednesday, and then Guilford coming in here on Saturday. Obviously, two teams right now, they're tied for first, in the league. So our goal is to go out there and treat every practice like it's a game, and then go out there on game day and give it everything we have. And I think, we've shown that when we put it together, we can be very competitive, whether even just on Saturday, we're neck and neck with Lynchburg, very, very good team, picked second in the league, haven't beaten them early in the year. First time we played Guilford, we were up double digits in the first half. So I think as a team, we've shown the ability to have some really good results when we can put it together. But when you have a lot of young and inexperienced guys, you have a lot of ebbs and flows, and you have a lot of inconsistency, and that's what we've seen, and that's not too different or unexpected for a team with as little experience, as little college-ready experiences we got into in terms of our youth when we inherited this team. So I think, we need to keep those goals in sight and continue to move forward and try to see what we can get going here in the next few weeks as we end up the regular season.
And like you, I want to touch on one of the points that you made was your values and your philosophy. And when we had a conversation previous to this interview, I know you told me one of the things that stood out for you, and one of the things that were important to you, was energy and effort. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the things that was important to me in my high school basketball career, and I kind of transferred it over when I came to college. Like like we talked about, you really can't teach those things. So how do you coach energy and effort in getting those game-like scenarios and getting your players ready for those game-like scenarios as well? I know, like I say, it's no drill for this. So you like to develop players through game-like experiences. So in practice, what do you tell your players to be game ready as far as bringing the energy and effort every day?
Well, I think we have a great coaching staff here. We have guys that play. We have Coach Reese, played at a high level, and so as coaches, we have to set the tone. We have to set the bar in terms of our intensity and how much energy and effort we have every single day. We step out on the practice floor, and I think then within the practice setting, just constantly holding guys accountable to the standard of effort and energy that we know is required to be really good and to compete in the league that we play in. So, and then on top of that, every drill that we do, we try to make it competitive, so that there's a winner and a loser, and there's consequences, whether it's push-ups or running or something for guys, the team that loses. So again, to foster that kind of competitive drive in our guys, and then when guys are falling short of that level of effort and energy that we hold them to, then we just point it out, we correct it, and we keep moving forward with it. But it's important, especially with young guys and inexperienced guys, that you're going to unfortunately see that some days they have it, some days they not. Even within the practice, there's some segments of practice that are really high energy and effort, and other segments that aren't so great. And you see that when we play games, because there's and even within the games where we go on runs and we give up runs. So unfortunately, that's with as many young guys that we have, that's what's going to happen. Hopefully we see it less and less now as we get into the end of the season. And so in practice every day, that's what we're doing. We're just trying to hold them to those standards, and when they fall short, address it, move on, and hopefully develop those really good habits so that it's a consistent thing from here on out.
Well, Coach, I do see good strides towards that, and I do see a lot of good happening in your future for you and your basketball team.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I appreciate that.
All right.
And that's it for this week for BridgewaterEagles.com. You can check out the Bridgewater College men's basketball team online for their next game against Virginia Wesleyan, and also you can come out and support them Saturday here in Nightingale Hall.